Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into the Audio Ground School podcast. I'm your host, Nick Smith, founder and creator of Part Time Pilot and the Audio Ground School podcast. Welcome in, everybody. Today is a special episode, and we're not going to do any lessons or anything, but I need your help. So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to play the audio of 7 different video submissions. And if you want to watch those videos, which I highly recommend you do so you get a full view of our finalists, but the 7 finalists for the Spring Part-Time Pilot Scholarship, we're going to play the audio of each of them. I'll introduce them, and then I'll play the audio, and then I'll put the link in our show notes, and we're also going to blast the link on our social medias, our Instagram, our Facebook, and then through our email. We want as many people as possible to listen to them or watch these videos, get an idea of the 7 finalists, and then vote on the 7 finalists. So it's up to you guys who is going to win the scholarship. So it's really, really exciting. These finalists were selected by us, but then now you guys will get to pick, because this is sort of a group sort of scholarship. The aviation community and you guys are so awesome. We did the GoFundMe. I started off with $1,000, and then we did some we just shared the GoFundMe link. You guys helped me out with that. You donated here and there. We got a lot of small donations. We got some bigger donations. And then I worked at the same time trying to get some sponsorship from some companies. And I just want to shout out to those companies. We have Plain English AR Sim. That's the app on your phone to learn how to talk to ATC on the radio. It's the best way to do that when you're not being in the cockpit. Then we have Core Aviation headsets, Core headsets. My number one they've always been my number one recommended headsets for student pilots. They're very affordable and durable and high quality. Then we have Katana Aviation Foundation. They're a nonprofit. Just the owner's a great dude and just wants to help future pilots achieve their dream. So it's a nonprofit. They're going to do things like scholarships and stuff in the future. And they wanted to support the scholarship. So really, really cool there. And then the last one is Fly Like a Local, a cool new app that gets you all the information for a new airport you're not familiar with, so that you can be like a local at that airport. So shout out to those sponsors. All right. So without further ado, let's play each of our finalists. We have, and sorry if I'm getting these names wrong, but you'll hear them say them in the videos themselves. But Alicia Dujets, Casey Millsaps, Katie Ebinger, Michaela Gonzalez, Max Driller, Grady Ross, and Michelle Rush. So congratulations to you guys for being the 7 finalists. And now I'm going to play the audio again of those video submissions, and we'll put the link in the show notes if you want to watch the video. And then at the bottom of that link, that's where you vote. There's a button that says vote. You click on that, you vote for one person. You can't vote for multiple people. I just want to do it nice and simple. You vote for one. You got to choose one. You vote for them, and you can only vote once. I've made sure of that. So go ahead and just vote once. You can share it to family and friends if you want them to vote too. But that link is in the show notes or on any of our social medias. So Instagram is at part.time.pilot. So part-time pilot with periods in between it. Same thing on TikTok. Our YouTube is youtube.com/part-time pilot. Or you can go to parttimepilot.com/scholarship-vote. Okay? And again, that link will be in the show notes. All right, so without further ado, let's play the submission for Alicia Dujets.
If you would have asked me a year ago if I'd ever apply for a scholarship again in my life, I probably would have laughed. But my path took a turn, and I am here as living proof to tell you that life can be unpredictable. I didn't think there was a place for me in aviation. As a woman, a mom, someone with a full plate who works a full-time job in a creative field, who earned a Master of Fine Arts degree and didn't know the first thing about engines or what generates lift. But flying has kind of taken over since I took that first discovery flight. Aviation is in my blood. It just took a serendipitous series of events in my life for me to realize it was something that I could make my own. At 35, I flew from the same airport where my dad trained for his PPL when I was 10. I have vivid memories of tagging along for his very own discovery flight, of practicing stalls, of being on that journey alongside him, and having peers that were in awe of the fact that I got to fly in airplanes all the time, just for fun. My dad had given me the controls countless times, but before that day, I'd never flown with a purpose in the left seat, and it felt incredible. It was so freeing. I tried it on for fit, and somehow this turned into my Cinderella story. The shoe definitely fit. With every takeoff, every landing, I feel more and more sure that aviation is for me. It's a roller coaster though. Flight training has pushed me right out of my comfort zone. It's empowered me, it's humbled me, it's made me feel as small as a grain of sand, but it's also given me a sense of confidence like nothing else ever has. Becoming a mom to my daughter is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, but at some point I felt like I'd lost myself as an individual. Little did I know this is what I needed to feel whole again. But I'm not just doing this for myself. I want to show my daughter that anything in life is possible, that it's never too late to chase your dreams or try something new, instead of just telling her. She's become so excited about airplanes, she's always looking to the sky now, and watching that spark ignite in her eyes has just been pure magic. So what comes next after I earn my PPL? That's a question mark for now. My plan is to keep moving forward in aviation as long as it feels right. I already have a list of things I want to accomplish to start with: an instrument rating, tailwheel endorsement, with any luck a seaplane rating. So I know this journey of learning and pushing myself forward is far from ending. The sky has become my happy place, just like it was for my dad. He hasn't flown in years, but he's fully invested in my training, and most days when I leave a lesson, he's in the parking lot of the flight school waiting to hear about how it went. He's eager to fly again. His love for it has never wavered. But he's waiting to go up with me until I have my license, so I've got a lot of work to do to make him proud. He said to me early on in this journey, "It'll be great to fly together again. The only difference is, this time, you'll be the pilot in command." It's a crazy thought.
Okay, thank you to Alicia. Well done. Let's move on to the next finalist, and that is Casey Millsaps. Here's Casey's video.
Hi everyone, my name is Casey Millsaps. I am a 24-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia, and I have my private pilot certificate, but I'm currently working on my instrument rating, and this is my application to the Part-Time Pilot Scholarship. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you to everybody who generously donated to the Part-Time Pilot GoFundMe page, and thank you to Nick for putting that together.
I took my first Discovery flight in 2017 as a high school senior, and from that day forward, I've been hooked on flying airplanes. In 2018, at about 40 hours, I ran out of money, so I had to put flying on the back burner until a couple years later in 2021, when I had saved up enough money to go all in on flight training. And so then February of 2021, I got that private pilot certificate.
After I get my instrument license, I'm going to go on and pursue my commercial and then on to CFI, and thereafter hopefully train some students and make some really great pilots. Aside from the financial hurdles that you have to go through to become a pilot, something that I personally had to go through was started when I was 8 months old. I actually had a cataract in my left eye, and so that led to about 3 or 4 different surgeries. And so growing up, I never really thought about being a pilot. I kind of self-eliminated myself from that ever being a possibility in my life. Then after I did my Discovery flight, I got to talking to my flight instructor at the time, and he said, well, the worst they could say is no, so just go get your medical and find out.
So the FAA came back and they said yes, and hearing this really got me excited and fired up to continue my flight training journey.
It would be a dream of mine one day to be able to get my type rating in a Gulfstream as a demonstration pilot for them. It would also be a dream of mine to go fly float planes up in Alaska. I love to be outdoors, and I love to teach people. And then the long-term goal would be to end up at an airline. I'm from Atlanta, so Delta's kind of the big deal here, but any airline I think would be a really big blessing to be a part of. Receiving a scholarship of any amount, I think, is a tremendous honor, just because it shows that someone else has generously invested in me, and it also makes it feel like I'm not doing this alone. I've certainly been at other points in my aviation career and even in my college career when it was all on me to fund it. So I think it provides a little bit of accountability as well as a little bit of healthy motivation.
Thank you for watching, and thank you to everyone who's supported me along my aviation journey so far. It would mean the world to me if you would go out and vote for this video. Thank you.
Well done, Casey. That was great. Good luck to you. All right, next up is Grady Ross. Let's listen to Grady's submission.
I'm Grady, and I'm a student pilot living in Boston, Massachusetts. My aviation journey started out in San Diego, actually. I got a chance to fly an extra 330 stunt plane, and I absolutely loved it. We got to do barrel rolls, aileron rolls. I did a high G turn, and afterwards I was talking to the pilot, and he said I should really consider doing a discovery flight. So when I got back to Massachusetts, I signed up at Beverly Regional Airport and took my discovery flight, and ever since then I've been hooked on aviation. I started doing flight training, and I started doing my ground school, and it's gotten to the point where I'll walk out to the end of one of the wharfs here in Boston, and I'll listen to live ATC and watch the planes take off and look at a diagram of Logan Airport to figure out what's going on.
United 2098, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Pretty nerdy, but I like it. My goals for flying right now are more personal. I'm really fascinated by how planes worked, all the systems are on board, and the precision and the knowledge you needed to operate it. So flying for me has been more of a challenge to myself to learn how to fly, understand all the systems, the knowledge you need to do it safely, and it's been really rewarding.
27 clear for takeoff, left traffic, 727 Bravo Hotel. Alright, we're flying. Right traffic, 727 Bravo Hotel. Right traffic this time, look at me. Pretty nice houses down here.
I'm at the point in my flight training where I'm going to start doing my solo cross-country flights, which I'm really excited about because I'll hopefully feel like an actual pilot once I do that. And this would go a really long way in allowing me to do that consistently. And then the next step would be preparing for my check ride and hopefully taking and passing a check ride. Once I have my license, I'm just going to enjoy being a pilot. I'd love to take my girlfriend up to Acadia National Park for a scenic flight. And then eventually I want to get my seaplane rating, which I think would be pretty cool. Well, thanks for taking a minute to hear my story, and hope you have a great day.
All right, it went pretty well.
Very well done, Grady. Good luck to you. Okay, next up is, let's see here, Max Driller. All right, let's listen to Max's submission.
Hello there, my name is Max Driller. I am humbled to have made it this far in the scholarship program for the part-time pilot ground school. Today I'm in a Challenger 350 made by Bombardier Aircraft Company. I am an aircraft mechanic, and that is why I am fortunate enough to be sitting on this aircraft today. As you can see, most people, they dream of sitting here where I am in the cabin. My passion and my dream is actually to be up front here in the cockpit, where I'm going to take you now. So this is where we're at. We're up here in the cockpit of the Challenger 350. And as you can see, it's all glass. It is an absolute beautiful machine. I feel very fortunate to have made it this far in my career to be able to work on these. The next step, I believe, to really achieve my dream of aviation is in flight. I'm a 25-hour student. I'm pre-solo, right on the cusp of doing solo. I'm super excited, and I would not have realized my dream of becoming a pilot if it wasn't for the drive of my father, which I recently lost last April. And losing him gave me some reflection time to decide what I really wanted to do with my career in aviation. And he was always really passionate about going after any goal and achieving it with hard work. Soon after he passed, I took a good hard look at my life and my career, and although I do love being a mechanic, the just absolute joy that I get from flying is just unmatched. It helped me take a step back and realize that my absolute dream is to fly these corporate aircraft. I love working on them. I love fixing problems, and I just absolutely enjoy it. So I'm asking humbly for this scholarship so that I can continue my passion in aviation. I'm paying for all of my school out of pocket, and every hour I work here, all that money goes towards getting my private pilot license, which I'll in turn turn into an instrument rating, commercial, probably do some CFI time like we always will, and then eventually work my way up into becoming a corporate pilot. Hopefully for the company that I work for. I think that would be amazing. So thank you so much for your time. Good luck to all the other candidates, and I guess we'll see what happens. All right, thank you.
Well done, Max. Love that airplane you're in. That is awesome. Okay, good luck to you, Max. Next up is Michaela Gonzalez. Let's listen to her video submission.
Hey guys, I'm Michaela Gonzalez. I'm 22 years old and I am one of the 7 finalists for the part-time pilot scholarship. Here we are at Tamiami Airport, and this is where I do my training here in Miami. I'm a recent graduate from Florida State University. I was also flying up there at Tallahassee. I worked at the flight school there as a dispatcher, and it was an amazing experience, and I learned so much. It makes me so happy, and I know that this scholarship would be so important for me, for my future, and for just continuing with my training. I have wanted to be a pilot since I was little, and I've always just had such a strong pull in my heart for it, but I never knew how to get started with it. So I've had some really great mentors, so shout out to them. But I have learned so much even in the past year, and I can't wait to make so many more memories and so many more amazing flights within aviation. Thank you, Part-Time Pilot, for doing this scholarship and helping young aviators like myself, and vote for me!
Okay, well done, Michaela. Thank you for that. Good luck to you. All right, next up is Michelle Rush. All right, good luck, Michelle. Let's listen to her submission.
My name is Michelle Rush, and I'm a very recent student pilot flying out of Coastal North Carolina, and this is my application for the very generous Part-Time Pilot Scholarship. I wish I could tell you that my goals in aviation originated from some childhood dream, but frankly, they didn't. I'm just the middle child of 8 other siblings who wanted to be the first in her generation to do, well, something. I explored many careers, but I wasn't truly happy until I found aviation. One of the things that I love about flying is how empowering it is and liberating, especially as a woman of color. I like that I can break boundaries and kind of change the image of what people think of whenever they think of a pilot. I'm currently working on my private pilot's license, and more specifically, learning how to not slam into the ground at 70 knots. While submitting my application for this scholarship, I ponder on the question, why do I deserve this scholarship for a few days? Imposter syndrome tried to convince me that I am not worthy or good enough. It's hard to fight these fears or doubts in this era of social media where everybody is sharing their highlight reel. It's easy to get lost in comparison of these false ideals, as if you're not moving fast enough or as if you're the only one that's struggling. This is why I'm dedicated to sharing my journey on my page with full transparency, authenticity, and vulnerability. My unique person and voice can bring a fresh perspective to the aviation industry, helping to promote diversity and inclusion. My end goal is to beat the 80% and join the less than 1% of Black female airline pilots. I went to college, didn't really have a plan. I was undecided all the way to my junior year. And then my junior year, I just chose pharmacy because made a lot of money, it was in the medical field, sounds like a good choice, and I was miserable. Failed chemistry 3 times. It was just not going well. A female pilot who went to my same university suggested I check out aviation. Scheduled my discovery flight where I fell absolutely in love. Aviation is a very time-consuming and financially demanding career. On top of working 2 jobs to fund my flight training, I still have to find time to study despite me having my written exam done because everybody knows a good pilot never stops learning. Part-time pilot made juggling all my responsibilities a breeze. Whether I was closing up the restaurant for the night, taking my dog for a walk, going for an afternoon skate, or driving to see my best friend, I knew I could depend on the audio ground school from Part-Time Pilot. Part-Time Pilot has been my accountability partner and make me sure that I'm on track with my studying and confident in my knowledge. The fact that the Audio Ground School podcast is literally a free resource really speaks for the character of Nick Smith and his selflessness of genuinely wanting to make aviation a more accessible career to less conventional people. This ground school goes out of its way to make sure students can grasp and explain concepts with a deeper than surface level knowledge. Thank you, Part-Time Pilot, for allowing me and other student pilots the opportunity to succeed. Thanks for watching. With love and gratitude, Michelle.
All right, very well done, Michelle. Thank you very much, and good luck to you. All right, last but certainly not least is Katie Ebinger. So let's listen to Katie's.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Katerina Ebinger, and I'm currently an instrument-rated pilot working toward my commercial license. My career in aviation started years ago as a commercial flight attendant, where one day I jump-seated during a ferry flight and knew in that moment I wanted to be in the cockpit. Years later, I found myself working on Gulfstreams, but as a cabin server for charter passengers. It wasn't until I allowed myself to step away from flight attending completely, to go to flight school and become a pilot. As for now, I'm time building with flights like this one in hopes to have my commercial license by the end of summer and continue on with my training to become a commercial pilot one day.
All right, well done, Katie. Well done, all of you guys. All right, so now you guys have heard those. If you want to see the videos, which I recommend because as you can hear from the audio, there's sound effects and stuff, and some of these finalists went through the trouble and took the time to, edit some videos up for you guys. So go ahead and go check out their videos. All the videos are, again, like I said, it's on our Instagram, our TikTok, our YouTube, or on the link that I'm sending out. So again, that's parttimepilot.com/scholarship-vote. So go ahead, and all the videos are on there. You can watch all of them. And then at the bottom of that page is a button to vote for one winner. All right, good luck to the finalists. And that's it for this episode. We're just doing the scholarship vote. And remember, we have 3 other scholarships throughout the year. So this is our spring scholarship. We'll do one in the summer, the fall, and the winter. And those ones are $1,000 scholarships to members and free ground school to members of our online ground school. So you got to be a member for those 3. But we do have 3 more this year, so that's exciting. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for listening and voting, and good luck to the finalists. See ya.